Hey everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Dr. TK. I am super excited to have you here. So let me make sure that everything is set up. We had some I had some technical difficulties. My whole computer has shut down, and so I am here now. But I want to welcome everybody to the Get Your Hands Dirty and Understand Your Numbers workshop. And so if you can hear me okay, go ahead and put a 1 in the comment box. I'm a little nervous. I'm going to just go ahead and put that out here because I definitely had a serious aha moment when I had my money date today. So we met with I met with DTA today, which is Adult Therapist Academy. For those of you who are not familiar with me, I'm a therapist business coach, and I'm also doing some things like announcing that I'm having a conference as of today. We're going to have it in August. I'm also collaborating with one of my mentors, one of my business coaches, because he has something that complements what I do. Because a lot of the therapists that I work with, they definitely want to have multiple streams of income. So I see a lot of the community here. And so just put on your seatbelt for what's about to go down. Okay. So let me just give you a little bit of history in terms of why I'm choosing this topic. And I'm gonna get straight to the point and I'm gonna share my screen. So, me doing my money date required me to meet with my operations manager today. This was after the DTA call at 10:30. I met with her for an hour. We talked about all of my bank accounts. We talked about profit planning. We talked about projections in terms of launches in the future. And then we also did numbers based on what my goals were and what number I wanted to hit in terms of cash collected via programs this year in comparison to payment plans that may go over into the following year. And then also, what are some payment plans that are already in place as of January up until today? So it was really interesting to do the numbers that I usually do, but today felt different. And I don't know why, but it felt different. So what I did is I woke up this morning and I made even sales goals for myself today. And just so y'all know, I hit my sales goal from various streams of income. So yay to me, give me some love, right? So that was exciting. And it's really cool to see how things can manifest by you even just having a number. So I wrote down like the number 10 for one of my streams of income. Like I will have 10 people do this, right? Because I had like 3 to 4 things going on today, which is crazy. And the one thing that I said I wanted to hit 10, it literally hit 10 when we were on our way to Starbucks, right? And I told my husband, I was like, fuck God, I was all juiced up because I love when the number hit. So I was like, you know what? Therapists have been hearing me talk about this niche masterclass that my mentor is hosting. But I'm like, I feel like the spirit is telling me that I need to go in today and like share with them how important niche is when it comes down to you, bringing in more revenue to your business, but more importantly, serve. Okay. So put a 1 in the comment box if you are down for the ride, because what downloaded into me when I was in the car is God was like, yo, didn't you do a quantum leap workshop just for your community back in 2020? And my community was not nearly as big as it is now, right? And our community is still intimate, right? So I was like, I hope I can find the original data, because sometimes in Canva, you start to write over stuff like, oh, I'm not gonna need this no more. By the grace of God, y'all, I found the original slide. When I start going through it with, on my own, I start getting chills because I coach therapists and y'all in here right now. And, sometimes y'all be like, dang, she coming for me. Why won't she let me live? And why do she keep telling me to like narrow down all of these ideas? The bottom line is, why. Now, the question is, why won't you let me, right? Like, why won't you let you narrow it down? So what I thought that I would do instead, because more than 75% of the students in our program now, they never saw what I'm about to show y'all. Okay. And so what I'm going to do at the end, make sure you stay until the end, is I actually am going to reveal how much cash we have as a business has collected since we decided to niche down, July of 2019, but I'm gonna be quite frank, I did not fully niche down until the pandemic started in March of 2020, because that's when some of y'all have heard that I did all the podcasts. Like a lot of things started to change, right? And so if I were to pinpoint a date of me niching down, I would say March of 2020. So I want y'all to keep that in mind when I'm sharing this information. And some of the slides I may choose to skip over because, like I said, it's from 2020 going into 2021. I ain't swapped out no pictures. I just need y'all to get this information, right? So it looks like y'all ready. So let's go ahead and get this party fired up, right? But at the end, I'm also going to share with you, if I stopped offering anything today, if I just said, you know what, let's just let this conference ride out, tickets will be sold, right? Sold out by the grace of the Lord, right? What if I said no more DTA for the rest of the year? ECM is already locked in until October. TSA, we about to wrap that up and repackage that. The live events in terms of New York, we just got that one more event. If I said right now, you know what, I want to take a break for the rest of the year and I just want to serve all of my students, what's going to happen is I'm going to show you what that number would look if I just took a pause and just went all in and served. Because what I really want you to see too is, again, when you niche down, even when you're scared and nervous, if you believe that anything is possible, I can kid you not, everything that you want will come true. Okay. But this shit is scary. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let me just move this stuff over. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm like nervous. Y'all don't understand. I'm usually not nervous when I speak, but shit, I got nervous. So let's see. Window. Okay. All right. So it still say 2021. All right. So we about to go all the way in. All right. So welcome to the Quantum Leap Your Business of 2021. Let me take you all the way back just to like share with you some information. Wait, hold on. Let me take away this banner thing. Okay. So we're going to skip over that because that's what we did. We're going to skip over all that, right? So when we started this workshop, I'm just going to tell you all what we did. And some of you who were present, put a 1 in the comment box if you all were present when I did this in 2020. Okay. Because that was a hell of a year. So in 2020, we did like a pre-assessment of a vision board. I talked about referrals being tracked. I increased my confidence in my value. I got real with the numbers of how much I was bringing in every single month, which is why to my students, like I'll be telling y'all, like, get it together, right? I talked to y'all about how important it is. And if you don't know me, welcome to the community. You my family now. I talked to you all about how important it is to make a map for your business. We call it a vision plan, but it's a business plan. And then I also talked about how sometimes I would allow my baby boomer mentality family members to pour into me to want to go back to a 9-to-5, but I had to stay away, right? And so you also just need to get away from whack ass circles. Okay. So what is a quantum leap? And so by dictionary, you do want to know what a quantum leap is. It is a huge but often sudden increase or advance in something, right? Quantum, thank you, Ginger. Quantum leap is huge, often sudden increase or advance in something. Okay. So this is a picture of me in January of 2020. During this event, I got on a flight within 7 days saying, I'm going to go to this live event by one of my other mentors. She focuses on manifestation and a mixture of business, but really wholeheartedly got my mind right and out of poverty and a poverty mindset. So in January, I didn't know that it would be a quantum leap. I just knew that I would want to niche down, but I was still a little nervous. And so in January 2020 as well, my path was written. I decided with my church to go all in. And just to give you a history of our church is that we always have a theme. And so one year, a few years prior to that, we were all in. Then the year before that, it was, here's the key. They literally gave us a key at the beginning of the year and said that you need to see what's on the other side of this door, or, you know, wherever you want to go. And then the year before 2020, which is 2019, our bishop has said, this is a year of preparation. Right. And I was like, oh, that's so dope. And that's when I started traveling a lot, going to mastermind events with my coaches. And I remember that the bishop had said in the audience to my husband, like, Ivory, you better watch your wife because she's up to something good. God is playing a big role. You know, he did this whole little thing that was not planned. And I'm like, oh, come on through. Holy Spirit, I receive it. Right. So the year was preparation. And my year of preparation was making sure that my systems were in place, making sure that my investment in myself was not a like I'm not going to expand upon myself, because I am going to invest in myself, and I'm going to go all in about investing in myself, because little do we know, the theme of 2020 was the year of the unknown. That's what he called it. And I'm like, come on, man. Right. So this is the all in me. One of my clients on here is Ginger, right? We starting to go to the gym. Your girl slept in this morning, but I still worked out in the living room. You feel me? But nevertheless, I want you to see the different versions of me. Okay. So the left side is me in my private practice office back in like 2013 or something like that, waiting for a teenager to show up late with a parent. Okay. But hella sad, because I didn't have a business plan, didn't have marketing, didn't have consistency, didn't have leadership in terms of like a coach, nobody. Right. Then I started to go all in specifically for my health initially, because my health is my wealth. So your girl got snatched, put in S for snatch, y'all. Okay. Your girl got snatched. I did my very first branding photo shoot, and my branding photo shoot was divided into two parts. One of it was, half of my business at that time was health coaching. I was coaching women how to snatch thy waist and keep thy curves. Hello. So I did that for like 8 years. And then, as you can see, your girl really got snatched, because I was sitting here hosting three workout classes a day. So hell, when you in the front hosting workout classes, you ain't got no choice but to be in shape. You know what I'm saying? And then that ain't even my workout, because I got used to that workout. So another part of my business was clearly mental health at that time, along with everything else. And that's who I'm talking to today, is people who want to do everything else. You just want to do everything under the sun to get money and to pay your bills, and you're really not streamlining the process. Okay. So I also went all in my family. I was divorced in 2012, met my husband. That was my only boyfriend until I got married, and now he's my husband. Hello, Jesus. So we got married through a big old Hollywood wedding right after I left my 6-figure job. And I have a blended family. And of course, later you'll see, most of y'all know this, I have a son, right? A biological son. I went all into my business. And so I started to sublet out a lot of my offices, because I did some transition with my group practice. The left office is at the top. We gave that to Dr. Millie. I actually gifted her the office, turned over my lease right before the pandemic. And I'm like, girl, if you want the furniture, just hit me with this little balance. Like, you can have an office. And she did it up. But that was one of our offices. As you can see, I like nice stuff. And so the two pictures, of course, at the top are my books. One of them was a digital book, or is a digital book. One of them is the book that was part of that photo shoot. The picture to the left is part of that photo shoot as well. Your girl was dolled up. And then, of course, I started to dibble and dabble into other things like speaking, hosting workshops. Okay. But then I went into a season of preparation, and I hope that you are following. Preparation required me to slow down to then speed up. Please write that down if you have not heard me say that before. Even if you have, write it down again and put a 1 in the comment box if you received this message. Sometimes in order to get to your next level, you have to slow down to speed up. So when I say slow down, I had to slow down and pay attention to my health. I had to slow down and make a decision to have a surgery that wounded up being 2 surgeries, because I guess they couldn't get it all in terms of what they needed to fix in order for me to hold a child full term. So 1 hour, 45-minute surgery turned into 4 hours of surgery. I started bleeding on the table. They had to get me out of there. Clearly, after I found that out, I was a little hesitant to do the second surgery, but she said, you can have a baby right now, but I want it to be low-key, a little perfect. You know what I'm saying? So let me go back up in there and fix it. It's less invasive. Okay, fine. 3 months later, go in there and fix it. But what I didn't realize is that my body was being prepared to later have a C-section. Because I kid you not, if I can compare the two, the post effect, it was the same damn thing. Okay. In terms of how I maneuver with my body. So look at what God or your higher power puts into your life on purpose. So clearly, because I had to have the surgery, it's a lot of invasive procedures that lead up to that event. But your girl got pregnant, literally like 4 to 5 months later, manifestation baby, with the help of my one of my coaches in terms of manifestation. And I was able to carry him full term. Again, with preparation, didn't know what God was doing for me. But right after I had my son, God said, get on this plane, take your whole family. Your girl manifested first class tickets for 4 people plus a baby, a lap child, right? And he said, I want you to go to Walt Disney World, take your family on a family trip, but I also want you to go to this conference, because you need not to miss another one, because your girl was out for almost the whole year of a program that I had invested in $24,000. Let me say that again. I invested $24K and I was pregnant. Now, did I know that I was pregnant before I invested? No. but I don't regret anything. Okay. So my son was born. My mother is in love because that's her first and only grandchild at this time. And she always wanted a boy anyway. But nevertheless, I made sure that I would give my son everything. So when you talk about your why being on a whole nother level, it just exploded, right? I made sure that my son collected invisible Delta Sky miles because that boy hit up so many locations before he was 2. Okay. Now, preparation also, I want you to see how things were being planted in terms of seeds. As you can see, I did my first book launch. That was right after my wedding. I launched my book 5 days after my wedding. Put a 2 in the comment box if you like, damn, that talk about all in, right? But I was just following the message that I was given. And the message that I was given was, I understand you just got married, but people can choose when they want to go on their honeymoon. I need you to go on your honeymoon a month and a half later because I need you to go in here and put in this work because you've been down too long and I need to show you what's possible. I was also mentoring young men who I had met in the jail system. That's the middle picture right there. They joined church and things like that. I took my family, I'm supportive with my friends. On the bottom left, that's Dr. Roche. She had her first self-love conference. Who you think was there smiling bright and introducing her to the crowd. And then she also gave me the ability to speak at her event. Your girl sold out all my books while I was there, okay? And got some health clients. But then I was also traveling with my family, a family of 10, going to DC and New York. So God was prepping me for I don't know what. But I was just told to go and live life abundantly, and I will take care of the rest. Okay, that's the message that I received. And so this again is just me preparation, being out there serving, either connecting with my mentors, connecting with therapists who believed in me. Sometimes when I didn't believe in myself. That's Dr. Millie up at the top, at the left. She was one of my first OG. She was my postdoc student. Then she decided to go out on her own into practice. And I low-key kind of pushed her into that direction. But I coached her all the way through. And she is very, very successful in her private practice. I was pregnant, still out here feeding the homeless with my church, right? So what am I saying? Nothing is off limits. Nothing. No matter what's going on in the background, nothing is off limits. This is still my story about preparation. I'm not going to go over that, but that's just giving back and speaking. Okay. So what did all in and preparation require? It required me to look at my real numbers, not the numbers that come to your phone via text saying, what's my balance? Okay. What are my real numbers? What is happening in my real life that may impact me from hitting my goal numbers? What are real problems that are in my business that if I do not fix them, and if I do not lift up the hood to the car, I'm about to have a serious problem? And what are real solutions that I need in my business, but also that I can be available to be a solution to my clients' problems? Because you can only, just like therapy, your business is the same way. You can only help somebody as far as you've helped yourself. Put a 1 in the comment box if that makes sense to you. You can only help someone as far as you have helped yourself. Okay. So not going to go over every single box, but in summary, I'm just going to show you also why some of us from the hood may prevent ourselves from moving to the next level. So the top left is just outlining your girls from Compton, single parent household, K through 12 school, all through Compton. So team, no excuses. Father incarcerated pretty much my whole life. And I had a lot of exposure to PTSD in the hood. Boom, that's that. Straight to the point. Education, right? I went straight through, pretty much no breaks. I took 1 semester off because I procrastinated with something that I will never do again. And I couldn't go to a university that I got accepted to. So I had to sit out a semester to then start in the spring. Nevertheless, your girl had 3 jobs at the age of 17 going on 18, right? I was an honor student. I was the president of my high school. I was the president of my graduate program. Okay. I was the first one to defend my dissertation. So why am I sharing this with you? Despite my upbringing to the left, despite my family circumstances to the left, despite me partly being raised by my grandparents, because my mom always got down and had 2 jobs. That's where I get it from, that hustle, right? I still did not allow any of that to get in my damn way. And some of y'all be using every excuse in the book as to why you can't get nothing done. For me to be raised in a household, and I know my mama has support, but I'm just saying, like, when I hear single moms, I'm not minimizing anybody's story. I want y'all to hear that. But when I see my mother never bad-mouthing my father and still being able to work 2 jobs for me to not even know that we had Section 8, like my whole life until I was like 30-something years old. And that's when I found out, like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she did a damn good job. So that shows me back in 1980 and 1999 with a lack of resources, a lack of a college degree. You mean to tell me you can't get shit done and everything on our cell phone? Get out of here. No excuses, right? So then we moved down. My mission over time, I became a professor at 25. I didn't know that this mission was being developed for me, this path that God created for me. So I became a professor at 25. I also became a clinical supervisor. I started developing programs in the community at 25 years of age, and I started giving back and serving in my city, in my hood, Compton, Long Beach, and Watts through the jail system. Okay. But then I hit a breaking point. Okay. I needed to learn how to invest because there's only so far that I can go because there's things that I don't know. That's what I really want you to hear. Sometimes we sit in such an ignorant state simply because you don't even want to allow someone like your friends to expose you, or hell, your business coach to expose you to something that you don't know. Right. So I learned how to invest in myself. Investing in myself sounds very similar to yours, I'm sure. You got an education. That was an investment, time and money, and hell, life. You know what I'm saying? You had to get licensed, or you're in the process of getting licensed. That's money and time yet again. Then what do you have to do? You have to keep investing in yourself to stay licensed. Then if you want to open up a business and for it to thrive, you should always be rolling with somebody 8 to 10 steps ahead of you. So get a coach, not a mentor. It bugs me when I see in these Facebook groups, I'm looking for a mentor. First of all, if you want a mentor, take your ass to high school. A mentor is in high school. A coach, you got to invest money in order for you to get that 10x, 20x, and 30x revenue, point at the end of your investment. Just make sure, and I talked to DTA students about this today, make sure that you're clear about what you want your outcome to be before you go and invest in somebody's program. Don't come and invest in DTA if you don't want to become a business owner. Don't do it. We will tear you apart in a loving way. Okay. Also with investment, I had to learn how to have a wealth mindset. So put a 2 in the comment box if you can see compartmentally how all of these sections made me become who I am, whether it was obstacles and triumph, because as you can see, even with the way that I presented it, regardless of the PTSD and the hood stuff that I saw, the teachers that would kick me out the class, the family members that would tell me I ain't gonna be shit, I'm not gonna graduate from high school, I'm not even gonna go to college, I'm not gonna be shit. Okay, bet. I'm about to be the first one to defend my dissertation. I'm about to be the first doctor in this family. I'm about to be the first person that hits 6 figures without a goddamn job. Bet. Right? So don't challenge me, because your girl does like a challenge. I'm competitive and I love sports. Okay. So let me keep going. Quantum leap journey. So actually, I'm gonna skip past this because I already said it like just now. But in summary, somebody told me I ain't gonna be ish. I got kicked out of class almost daily in the 9th grade. Hello, parent teacher conferences all the time. I was that oppositional kid. My grad school professor told me to speak Ebonics. So, in terms of like micro and macro aggressions, we've all felt it, but not by the dean in front of everybody in the class. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me when I got my doctorate degree and I was a licensed clinical psychologist, as a profession to a profession, they told me I ain't no doctor because I don't look like one. All right. Then someone told me, oh, because you're from Compton, that means that you are this. Okay. So now we're giving labels. Bet. So I learned how to reframe stuff. And some of y'all need to take notes right here. Instead of consuming everybody else's view of who you are, you need to learn how to sit down and figure out who you are, or hell, go to therapy. If you're a therapist, stop trying to therapize everybody else before you therapize yourself. Okay. So at the end of the day, when I was in high school, okay, I'm not going to graduate. Bet. I'm about to become the captain of the cheerleading squad, the captain of the basketball team. I'm about to become the president of the school. Okay. In graduate school. Okay. You want me to speak Ebonics because I look like, I guess I don't know how to speak English just because I said I want to work in Richmond with these kids and they would understand me. So you want me to speak Ebonics? Like, let's get real, lady. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, out of a 60 cohort class, I'm going to graduate along with only 11 more of my cohort students in 4 years. And not only that, you about to give me my degree first. Why? Because not only am I the president, but I also defended my dissertation first. So run me my papers. Okay. So as you can see, I'm like, I wasn't in the game of like, hi, I got you, but don't come for me. Because I will beat you, but not at the game you thinking. And you see my hand, so I'm getting real hood right now. Right? So your girl got her BA, her master's, and her doctorate straight. Okay. After that, my progression led into me being an author, running a business, and having an abundant lifestyle. So I'm going to skip over that because that just talks about the investments. Okay. So this is my why in terms of mindset. Okay. In 2012, I had two streams of income and I thought that that was enough: teaching and a job. Okay. In 2013, I got divorced. Okay. I was single. I was just focused on money and travel. Like, let me just live. And I got a new house and a Mercedes. I'm popping. Right. In 2014, I started to date. That was daunting, but I was still focused on getting money, right? And but I started to develop systems, and that's also when I started to build a group practice because I had to have systems. In 2015, personal dating, building my systems up, but then I started being introduced to something called wealth, not just get money. And then in 2016, I got married. I had systems in place. I learned how to dream big again from when I was a child, because some of us lose, sight of that. And I started to make investments in myself. So the investments goes as follows. And some of y'all have heard this, so I'm kind of just going to ease my way through. In 2015, I received an invitation to go to a Rockstar boot camp for marketing. In 2016, I joined a program with one of my good friends, and we invested $2,500 to get coached in this program at the minimal level just to be in the room. In 2017, I first invested $1,000. That $1,000 a couple of months later turned into $10,000, and I made a goal that said I'm going to be on her stage in the 24K program. That's what I told myself. So some of my DTA students, I hear them saying that, like, when I get this together, I'm gonna be in ECM. That warms my heart because that means that you're dreaming about what could be and what will be. I love that, right? Then in 2018, I was in the 24K program, but then I decided to invest around $10,000 in multiple programs, including the person who I'm collaborating with now on the Nail Your Niche workshop, because I recognize that I had all of these things from these other programs, but I was missing a more logistical blueprint, like logical thing. And I can't even explain it in words, but I knew what I was looking for when I saw it. And what does spirituality say? When you're clear and when you describe what you want, the teacher will always show up. Hands down. If you are clear, the teacher will always show up. So in 2019 to 2020, I had only generated about $24,000, if that, from DTA first cohort to just random stuff. And when I say random stuff, I was literally popping up and doing random workshops. Okay. But then I turned around and I invested $24,000 again. And then I invested 15K, which means that I had to purchase higher level programs. Okay. So in terms of you all who have all these a billion ideas, put a 1 in the comment box if I'm speaking to you right now. Do you have a lot of ideas and you may not be clear on who you want to serve? You may be confused because maybe your client avatar or ideal client looks different across various products. Maybe you're questioning yourself about, damn, should I even be serving all these people? Because that's what came up in DTA this morning. Or should you build your business off of one niche and then have multiple streams of income? I know the level of confusion because I've been there. My clients are there. Some of them are still there, and sometimes they choose to stay there. Okay. And so in the beginning of my online course world, I had the program Teachable online, right? And I was putting my college students into Teachable to give them like their program. This is before that particular school had an online course. Then I started to, again, my path, I started to get exposed to being an online course creator because not only did I want my own online course, but I was also facilitating online courses for 3 different colleges and universities. Okay. So what did I do to prepare? And this is where you may want to take notes in terms of me starting to give you specific, tangible tips. I created, you can say a daily routine. I get up early in the morning. I have a morning routine. I started to implement very specific time management skills. Okay. I also learned how to show up and have a video presence because showing up on video, it brings up my vibration, but it also attracts and magnetizes the people who like my energy anyway. Sometimes you can't feel people's energy via words, right? I also learned how to boost my wealth mindset by listening to people who are wealthy. Stop listening only to people who make the same amount as you. So in 2020, when the pandemic hit, I started to look at so write this down as a prompt. What are all of my streams of income? Because some of y'all don't even realize you already got 7 because you're not counting them because they're not making no money, but here and there. Oh, I sold a mug today. Okay, well, shit, you ain't sold one in like a year. You know what I'm saying? What systems do you have in place? I needed to stop and look at my systems. What kind of wealth mindset do I have? This is my son, my youngest son. We were at my previous CPA's office. We had an annual meeting with her in person, and all of that paper in front of her was us getting our family stuff in order, corporation paperwork in order, and then sole proprietor stuff at that time before it was incorporated in order. I always make sure that my paperwork is in order. But more importantly, something changed in March in terms of my mission. So some of you, the reason why you may be disconnected and you're not motivated to doing the work to become a business owner and stay a business owner is because you have not fine-tuned your mission. And my mission is wholeheartedly to serve. Okay. So some of you have seen this before. This is my vision board in 2020. Clearly, I made this hell before we can travel, because you see all that travel. Like we got Paris, Dubai, TSA pre-check, renew my passport, have a baby somewhere up in there, but that's more of a long-term goal. Celebrate my 40th birthday. But look closely at the bottom. It says office by a pool, committed, work at home. And then on the bottom, you can't see it, but it says work from anywhere and everywhere. I didn't know what the hell was about to happen when I made this vision board in December, right? So then we go into January. Walk into the unknown. Remember the theme. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Okay. So I did my vision board. I wrote out my goals. I invested in my mindset. I invested in my business systems. Okay. I took fast action. Like I said, I flew to Orlando and went to a workshop. I also decided to have a whole damn brand and photo shoot while I was there at the last minute. Hence, that's why you see the same hair in all the pictures. Okay. So I also chose not to worry about the how, but instead to focus on the steps I needed to take to get the results. So I just looked at what is my outcome. And then I'm sure my coaches, my coaching programs, meaning in their portal, and prayer and meditation and journaling will tell me exactly what I'm supposed to do. But remember, you're supposed to reverse engineer it. That's how I teach my community. Reverse engineer it, because if you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you get there? Okay. So I also made a mission in January, again, not knowing what the hell was about to happen. I created a membership site. It was called, anybody from DTT in here? Put DTT if you some of my OG dope therapist tribe. I don't know if they on here, right? So my goal in 2020 was to serve more. So now I'm getting into what started to transition in my mind to declare that in 2020, I'm going all in. And it was scary as hell to say this out loud. I am going all in to serve nothing but therapists. That was scary. You may think, well, it's billions of therapists. Well, guess what? Millions of therapists don't even know that I exist. Hell, billions of therapists don't know that I exist, let alone do they understand maybe why investing is important to their business, which means that I am working with a community that I have to warm up a lot before they even believe that they should invest in themselves beyond their CEs and their license. Okay. So for those of you, I see a lot of therapists wanting to work with therapists, and there's enough room. I am not that competitor. Like, oh my God, like I'm gonna unfollow them. They doing what I'm doing. I can care less. I ain't nobody's competition. We are all collaborating. Okay. Because at the end of the day, there's much money to be made. There's enough people to go around. And at the end of the day, everybody brings their own experience anyway. So what did I do to narrow down? I built my ascension model. I'm not going to go over that. That is what I share with my clients or as CE workshops. That'll be happening in May. Okay. So I do an ascension model in terms of how do clients go through the journey of building it, becoming aware of what they don't know through podcasts or YouTube videos, right? Then how do they build a profitable practice if they don't already have one, and consistent revenue? Then how do we help them brainstorm various ideas, streams of income, so that they can launch one? That's where we go into like these live VIP experience events like I had in Vegas. And then what if they want to start learning how to scale and really start to launch their products or services, do email marketing, do podcasts, things like that? Well, they need to be in the mastermind. So I built that in order for me to serve more. I gave my clients foundational methods in each layer. I exposed my clients to what's possible because that was my goal in January. And then I built out my old ascension model was the tribe to DTA to ECM. It's similar right now. It's just I don't have the tribe. I just right now do podcasts, right? And I also have the desire to offer CEs. So when I decided to launch my first membership site, here it is, y'all. Once you declare something and you write it down, I promise you, if you go all in and show up as the authority of that thing, people are going to start magnetizing, just like flocking to you. So I showed up, and in 2 weeks, I said, I want a goal of 50 people to be in my Dope Therapist Tribe membership, right? And so in 2 weeks, while I was sitting in Florida, I hit number 50 while I'm at that event that was last minute, but that I received a download saying, get your butt on that plane, get a ticket, and go to Orlando because you need to go. Because clearly that was the last live event that I had been to during the whole pandemic, because no one knew what this thing was when it happened, right? So I opened it January 1st, 2020. I went to what was it? Orlando, like January 7th or something like that. I hosted a webinar later to like tell people about it. I offered hella bonuses. And I just told myself, I ain't saying do this now, but I'm just saying like, I will figure it out later. So that's why I tell my students like, please do not make all of the little learning experience mistakes that I made, because I did them. I had a very good turnout. My students had very good outcomes, and hell, half of them are in the mastermind right now, right? Because they had a jump start on this tribe program, which was being exposed to other streams of income, but I didn't teach them how to like have a launch. Okay. So in 2020, I also made a declaration. So I want y'all to see what happened before COVID. Before getting shut down, I said, I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to try new things. So I started doing a lot of things with my husband, hell, like going on a helicopter, right? I enjoyed my new home community. I planned a huge party for my son. I delegated it to a planner. And then on March 13th, boom, our life changed. We don't need to go into that. We already know what went down. This, if you want to get triggered, this is what the hell went down like the week after. And these are the pictures that I pulled into that 2020 workshop, right? But this is like traumatizing even to look at, like, oh my God, we lived through that, right? So then I realized that it was time to put in work and put into play. Like, it is time at certain points in your business where you have to stop saying, oh, I'm gonna wait. Oh, this is going to happen at this time. Oh, give me 6 more months. Unless it's more of you don't want to implement 2 ideas at the same time, and you keep talking about the same damn one idea, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna grow my practice. I'm gonna have an online course, Dr. TK. Like, when are you gonna do it though? Like, just do it or whatever. So I had to press play on everything that I had dreamed of. So I had to decorate my home office because I was tired of just looking at a white wall because I'm stuck in this damn thing, right? I chose to go all in on my podcast. I also chose in May not to renew my office suite. That was scary, not knowing where we would be now, okay? I also went all in. If you can't remember, I said I wanted to do CEs. During the pandemic in April, the program emailed me and said, I know that you had requested to do online CEs. We didn't have the capacity to do it before the pandemic. It's clear we don't know what this thing is. We want you to be one of the first ones to offer online CEs. Bet. Okay. And guess what I did, y'all? For 2 years straight, and am I lying for my clients that could be in here like to attest to this? Did I not offer a CE workshop for the last 2 years, 2020 from April all the way to the end of 2021? I offered a CE workshop every single month. Okay. Every single month. And you may be wondering, where the hell was I? Or maybe you were following me, maybe. And maybe you were in the mindset that I don't need that. Why does CE workshop cost so much? Well, first of all, like I told my DTA students today, I'm not teaching you how to be a better therapist, because at the end of the day, you can take all these evidence-based practice CEs that you want. Congratulations, you're a bomb-ass therapist. You know how to pop a strategy like candy. However, it doesn't matter if nobody is sitting on the other side of the computer, okay? Like, if you don't know how to market, if you don't know how to get the right client that will stay with you, pay your value, understand your value, it doesn't matter. So a lot of therapists don't realize that they need to integrate the therapeutic approach to the business stuff. You got to have both in order to operate sustainability in your business. Okay. So my CE workshops are nothing but business. And so if a CE workshop for you costs $189 to go live in person one day in the past, you know, when they used to do those things, then mine may have been $222. It may have been $297, but you can actually go make money on my damn CEs. There's no guarantee you're about to make money by just knowing another strategy, because no one's going to hear about your damn strategy because you don't know how to market. Put a 1 in the comment box if that makes sense. Okay. Because y'all focusing sometimes on the wrong thing. So I learned how to serve more in 2020. Regardless whether my son was upstairs, I still showed up to the top right picture. I still showed up to the nonprofit that I still collaborate with right now, where I work with people who get out of prison. I still freaking got dressed and looked pretty outside of my house. I still went and protested with my church and walked down to the police station for, all of our people. Okay. And then on top of that, I decided that I'm going to host a damn live event in the middle of this thing called the pandemic. And I'm going to have people show up and make sales in their business within 2 weeks of them leaving. Did they? Some of them are on here right now. Did y'all make sales? Did y'all launch our membership sites? Did y'all sell y'all products in bulk? Yes, they did. Okay. So anything is possible. So I'm going to skip past all this, but as you can see, my impact was just but it was showing up, giving back to my community. I don't care how many people showed up. I don't give a damn if I was on a call with 3 people, you would swear up and down 5,000 people was on that damn call. Like, I don't care. I'm going all in. Okay. So the download that I received from my higher power leading into these numbers, okay, is he was like, go bigger, TK. I was like, all right. He was like, give more, TK. I was like, bet Jesus. Like, this is how I felt like I be talking. Like, I swear, if somebody ever listened to me, like, pray, they will probably think I was on my phone. And I'm like, no, I'm just having a conversation with the Lord. Okay. And then I heard a download that says, you got much more to give. Stop playing yourself. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should sit down. Maybe I should sit down for this. Right. And I said, okay, so let me show y'all some receipts, because, sometimes, y'all be like, let me see the receipts. So some of y'all have seen this. In March 3rd of 2020, I only have 14 podcasts. I declared that I would have 100 by the end of 2020. By December 10th, I had published my 100th podcast, but truth be told, I was done recording them in November. Okay. So go Met, check your girl. Give me some love in the comment box, right? Not only that, in the beginning, I only had 733 downloads. By the end of the year, I had 7.1, which is 7,100 downloads, right? Which is an increase of 1,083%. Know your numbers. Okay. I know some of the numbers are pretty tiny, but what I'm just trying to share with y'all is you don't know if you're growing if you don't measure it, just like a treatment plan, right? Also, I went all in because, as you can see on the side, it keeps saying like, did you serve? So if you're not hitting your income goal, don't be mad if I start showing up in a coaching call saying, well, did you go all in? Did you follow your mission statement? Did you sit still and listen to any downloads that the universe or whoever or whatever you believe in downloaded into you today? No. Why? Because you act like you're the Energizer Bunny and you keep going and going and going. And sometimes the reason why new things don't come into your life is because you don't give it any room to come in. Let me say that again. The reason why nothing new, including new money, new men, new women, whatever your flavor is, right? The reason why new things don't come into your life is because you're not even making room for it. You got to make room, even for a kid. You can't say, oh, I want to become a parent, or for me, I want to become a parent of another child, and I'm not making room for it. Room for it for me would be, well, why didn't you make the doctor's appointment? You need to get another checkup based off what happened last time. Stop playing. So I've recognized that, like, I want a second child, but I need to slow the hell down, right? So what did all in look like? I showed up not knowing what I was doing on YouTube, not branded. The thumbnail was cute, but your girl did a whole 5-day workshop in like April. Was it April or March? I don't remember. April. Okay, it says April right there. At the end of March, beginning of April, because all of a sudden I had all these therapists saying, I want to join DTA right now. I need help with my business. I want to leave my job. When I wasn't intending on launching the second cohort until July of 2019. So then I was about to host an event. Then COVID canceled that. So then I said, bet I could offer CEs online. I'm going to host my very first online CE workshop, Vision and Niche Marketing. So why am I sharing this with you? Pivot. If something doesn't work out the way that you want it, some of y'all fall down and swear up and down like somebody dragging your ass down Compton Boulevard. Okay, like get up. Like it is not that bad. Get up and pivot. Okay, and pivot just means ask a higher quality question. What else could I be doing to get the same results? So if I can't host a live workshop, I'm going to host it online. Hell, they gave me permission. They called me. They don't call people. They called me. So yes, sign me up. What do I need to do to get myself approved to host this workshop? And let me get these clinicians what they need, because they need to learn how to market now online. Okay. So then I decided we about to go all the way big. If this event gets canceled, we'll move it online and I'll give you extra bonuses. But if the world don't shut Vegas down, I will see your butt in Vegas. Okay. So some of the clinicians met us in Vegas, and some of those you may still see in terms of photos. That's how we started. Is that was like the original group of Vegas, which was November of 2020. Okay. So let me just go. These are some older pictures, but these are all of our students. Okay. So this is what my impact started to look like. One of my first cohorts of DTA was 12 students. Very grateful for my OGs. Some of them are out here, like DTA group cohort students. But then I realized I want to make a bigger impact. I want to serve more people. So I received a download that says, even though you had a plan of only launching DTA once this year, I'm going to need you to launch it for as many times as it takes, as many times as I tell you to. You'll know when it's time to stop because I'm going to tell you to stop. Put a 1 in the comment box if that's the message you probably need to receive, or some of y'all have received that message and you don't like the message. Stop asking for stuff. And then when it gets delivered to you, then you be like, oh no, well, what happened was I don't want to hear any of that. So I decided to up my game and I said, you know what? I'm about to keep serving. So my goal was I still want to hit every state of this country. So I started serving and serving and serving and serving and serving, right? Like it does not stop. So what happened? Let's get to why y'all really came based off that money. Okay. But I know that y'all have already received. Let me do a check-in. Put a 2 in the comment box if you've already received hella nuggets already while I drink my Starbucks. Strawberry refresher, no lemonade. Okay, that lemonade is like your grandma's Kool-Aid or something. And so, all right. So I hope that you all are taking in the underlining message and just not focusing on the money. But I'm going to deliver and tell you what I was going to tell you. Okay. So what happened? So I woke up earlier because some of y'all looking for tangible things. I started to wake up earlier. I started to pray over my clients. I still do this. I focused on my physical health. I went back into online course portals that had answers to my questions versus calling my coach or paying more money. I can just go back to the portal I invested in. I shattered my mother loving goals. Shattered. Now, this is the piece I really need y'all to focus on. And this is why I talked about it, because I'm collaborating with one of my coaches. If you go to drtk.com/links, you will see a workshop that says nail your niche. Now, let me be very clear. Some of y'all saw the email and y'all like, I don't need that. If you are focusing on your private practice, that's cool, but it's still good for no matter what level of business you're in. And you will have unlimited access to that masterclass to listen to it over and over and over again. But it's not a traditional masterclass. It's for 2 days. And it's not for no damn hour. That's all I'll say. Well, I'll add one more. He over delivers. Over. Okay. So, the class will triple in price after tonight. It's only $97 today. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, it will be $297. And I'm telling you, because I took the workshop 3 years ago during this time of this super quantum leap. And by God, this is how I was able to implement this in March. In March, I only focused on 2 main products in my coaching business, the Tribe and DTA. That is it. And the only reason I say I can focus on 2 is because DTA was already built. At that point, it was just marketing to get more students in. Okay. I became clearer about my outcome. What did I want? What did I want my life to look like despite this thing called the pandemic, right? I learned how to use my resources. What did I already have access to that I may not be using before I go and spend more money? And I also started to read more. I was reading like a book a week or something crazy, audibles, because that's how I digest information quickly during that time. And then I also told myself there is no other option. There is no other option. Okay. And I thought about my mom and my family, my husband and my children. Like, my mom worked hard so that I can get to where I am. That's her all the way to the right, peeking over my husband's shoulder, looking all mean and stuff. Right. But I felt like I'm working for them. I'm not just working for me, right? So in March, I asked myself, what do I need and what do my clients need? It's not about me. What will help my clients transform? Because see, when you're talking about making more money, some of y'all are focusing, I promise you, on the wrong thing. Please hear me out. Do not sign out. Like, okay, well, she about to go in. Okay. What can you help your clients receive? So for example, when my clients are on my podcast, they know it and they can speak to it. Is my podcast just about the Takesha show? No. What am I doing? I may share Takesha stories. That's my real name. I may share my stories. So hopefully you will hear them. Okay. But I bring my students on for various reasons. Most people who host a podcast will not let people offer their products or services on their platform. I don't have no words for what they choose to do in their business. But the downloads that I receive is I want you, and I'm talking about God to me, is that you're going to pull your students on your platform. You're going to help them shine because sometimes your audience is their audience and it's enough to go around. You're also going to pull them online so that you can give them the ability to speak their authority on the mic in front of the whole goddamn world. He didn't say that, but I'm just saying that's how I took it. And he's going to, we're going to put them on that platform. Then, of course, we need to make sure that people see that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. So, yeah, you're going to ask them questions about their involvement in your program. Because why? Sometimes people don't believe the horse. They want to hear the people who like been in the program. It's called testimonials. Okay. So I know as a therapist, what made me invest in myself is seeing another therapist who invested in themselves get $30,000 from coming to a one-day mastermind. That's what got my ass on that stage. Like, oh, bet she got 30K. Like, I want whatever she got. Okay. But I saw somebody who also looked like me. And for some of you, that may be your story as well. Some of you may just be like, I'm just looking for another therapist. It don't matter what color she is. I love that. But my mission got bigger than me. And that's when I started to see my world like blow up. And most importantly, I wanted to help you shortcut the journey. So in July, and I want y'all to like start getting riled up because I'm getting close to this number. Close. Okay. So in July, I sat down and did my numbers and I had my first 50K month. Who wants the first 50K month? 50K month means I launched products and I had cash collected plus cash projected. I want to be honest about that because some people don't be telling y'all the truth. They be like, oh yeah, I had a 6-figure month. No, they didn't. They had a $40,000 month and $60,000 is being spread out across 6 months. Okay. So I'm keeping it all the way real with y'all for online course purposes. Okay. When I say that I have my first 50K month, that means that I generated in cash collected and future cash collected over 6 to 7 months, $50,000. That's a damn win from going to making $5,000 in the county a month plus overtime. And that's when I first started. Granted, that ain't how I ended because I was making 6 figures, right? But that was gross, taxed after, right? So I was really only bringing home like 60. Okay. So in July, I had my first 50K. Then I said, you know what? In November, I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to host my live event that I had been holding off for 2 years. I wanted to do that thing for 2 years, but I was scared. So I did that. Then I kept going and God was like, listen, I know you have the vision. It's going to happen. I don't want money to be your excuse. So you're going to figure it out. And matter of fact, I'm going to make it make all sense because I'm about to dump this extra money that you ain't even, anticipating into your account. So not only are you going to pay for your 24K investment in full, you after coming off bed rest, you're also going to have a full caseload with a wait list while you sitting on couch on bed rest. Then you're not only going to take your kids to Walt Disney World, you're going to bring a cousin along because he needs to roll with the baby and the little one and probably your husband because sometimes you're going to want to just chill with your friends at your event. But then some days you're going to want them to show up because I'm about to put you on that stage because you're going to have a big testimony to share. And boy, oh boy, did I, right? So as I started to get more into what is my vision, I started to do it scared. This was a picture of our very first live Vegas mastermind in November 2020. Okay, so y'all been seeing them pictures all through Facebook and Instagram for the last like 2 years. I love these pictures, right? They can't get old. So I'm gonna keep going past these. Boom, boom, boom. That's my squad. That's Dr. Roche. One of my best friends came and my husband, right? Squad up. Remember this vision board. Okay. So in November, the results were in when I first did this workshop. So from March to November, I did this workshop in November of 2020 because I'm going to show y'all then and now. Okay. By March of November 2020, I had reached 30 states for only serving therapists. Now, remember before March, I was scared. I was scared to say, I need to niche down. I was scared. Okay. I hosted by November, between March and November, I hosted 10 CE workshops, blended one live and the rest of them online. No excuses. I hosted 3 workshops for the Boris Sale Henson Foundation because I'm on the advisory board and I was the acting clinical director for a little bit earlier this year and last year. But I hosted 3 workshops for them and the therapists. That's how some of y'all we met, right? Don't give up. So then by November, I had launched 3 additional DTA cohorts. One was expected. I had launched 1 elite coaching mastermind cohort. I've been trying to launch that for 2 years, but then things just kept happening. I hosted 2 days of private practice workshops at my church, right? I got honored at my church called HV Honors. They surprised me on a live stream like this. And they did this whole thing for my church saying you went all in during a time where a lot of people were falling apart. That broke me in terms of like tears, because you don't know who's watching when people are watching, and people are always watching. Okay. So results are in. At that time, I had launched 101 podcasts. Sorry if I get emotional. I ain't sorry, but I tend to say that. At that time, I had a team of 8. When I presented it, I had a team of 10. Before the pandemic, I had a team of none. Okay. I taught at 3 colleges while online. I adopted the mindset of working from anywhere and everywhere. And in 2020, I went on an all-time high of focusing on my self-care like no other. Got my butt back in shape. I don't care if the gym ain't open. Mike Peel is on YouTube, ain't he? Right? Like I went all the way in. So at the end of 2020 in November, these numbers aren't even accurate because I earned more money after November was done. But I wanted to show you the breakdown, because when I tell my students to know their numbers, I ain't saying you got to do all this, but this is where my numbers come from. So in 2019, before I chose to niche down, I did DTA with 12 students. Here, I'm going to use, I don't know if y'all can see my little cursor. So I used a system called CourseCraft, an online course portal that's now closed down. I made $12,935. I served 12 students in that cohort. In 2019, I started using a platform called Samcart. I earned $10,827. I was really serving random ass classes, having workshops for mental health awareness, just whatever came on my mind, I was doing it. That is not good, but I don't regret it because I learned from it. When you have a scattered brain, and ECM students have heard this, when you have a scattered brain, you have scattered results. Write that down. When you have a scattered brain, you have scattered results. And truth be told, was I truly scattered or was I just scared? I'm going to go with the latter. I was scared. Okay. In 2019, I was doing mental health services part-time, 2 days plus 1 day in the community, $80,000. If you are focused on private practice right now, who just wants that number from shit working 2 days and not full days? When I say 2 days, I'm working no more than 6 hours, and I'm working no more than 3 to 4 hours at a nonprofit. I still brought in $80,000. And the reason why it's not over 6 is clearly my mom was like in other places, right? And just exploring how to work systems in my business. In 2019, I was teaching 2 classes. So that brought in like 23,000, right? Then in 2019, I started trading like 30 minutes a day. And that's when trading really started to slowly get out there, right? And so I was trading crypto, and I wasn't as all in. So I made 3,000 and I was like, all right, I'm done. It was cool. So all in all, in 2019, I made $129,771, which still ain't bad considering how scatterbrained I was. So then my revenue for 2020, this number is actually lower than what it was. But my revenue at the time of the video was $390,573. So you may be wondering, well, how the hell did you jump from 129 to 390 and 573? Well, hence, if you've been following this whole workshop, I hope that you kind of saw where my mindset had to go. Put a 1 in the comment box if I stopped here, you can clearly see what I did. I had to do some serious mind shift work. And unfortunately, as therapists, if you are a therapist, this is the last thing that we think is important over learning a strategy. Just teach me the strategy, Dr. TK. Just teach me how to have a launch. If you're not ready to have a dip in your business because there's going to be some losses, whether it's financially, sleep, time, relationships, whatever it is, if you ain't ready for that ride, I don't want to teach you. So you need to get your mind right. So this was a collection of a few things. So this is me understanding my numbers. I'm not going to read all of these, but I'm really going to focus on this number here. In 2020, these were all of my streams. Okay. So courses plus CEs, I served about 273 people for 15 hours, like a month or something like that. Yeah, it was 15 hours a month because I was looking at how many hours was I working a month. So I was bringing in 77,000 from courses and CEs at that time. So clearly I wasn't launching a lot. I was just doing random stuff. Then I had a bulk of 216,000 come from therapist courses, right? Then I had that Dope Therapist Tribe membership. I served a total of 75 clinicians working 5 hours a month creating the content that brought in 14,000. So as you can see, I'm not going to go through all of this, but I did like various things, different types of memberships, mental health community. See what happened to my private practice? DTA students, we talked about this earlier. I said that at one season, your private practice may start to decrease because your energy is going in other places. And then I did earn some money passively, meaning earning money in my sleep. And so this $390,000, and it went over 400. I know that in December by the time we collected all the receipts. But let's just go with this number. At the end of the year, I had served 753 people, not just therapists, but some of these in the beginning were a mixture of people, right? I was working on average 60 hours a month, which ain't that bad. Now 216,000, get this and put a 2 if you like this. And I said this back then, if I were to stop working to get new clients at the end of that December, I would have had a $216,000 year. Put a 2 in the comment box if that just sounds good. Like you can go all in for a year. And if you needed to, if I got pregnant, I can just, again, go all in with my current students and make $216,000 from whatever I sold at the end of 2020. Okay. So that's what I want y'all to see in terms of power of moving from one to one to one to many. But some of you aren't able to do that because you don't understand your avatar. You don't even understand your expertise, or you don't know how to put it in words. You don't know how to articulate it to other people, because it's not just knowing your niche, it's also messaging. How can you talk to your clients? So I was able to collect $174,000 that year, which is still better than the previous year. But this money was pretty much, as long as everybody paid, which they did, I was guaranteed $216,000. So let's get into some numbers of 2022. And what I want to do in this one, and drum rolls, please, what I'm going to show you is my goal when I first started Branding for Abundance at the end of 2019 is 2022, because I want y'all to see how something can be done when you go all in. I said, I can make 6 figures in my private practice easily. I can make 6 figures collaborating with other people's businesses in terms of nonprofits and stuff easily. What I want to do is challenge myself, and I want to make beyond 6 figures. I want to first hit $1 million in revenue in my business. Then, and that's collectively, that's over years. I want to see how long it takes me, according to my Sam Card reports, Kajabi reports, all my reports. I want to see how long will it take me to, when I went all in, to earn $1 million. Put a 1 in the comment. Okay, I see y'all doing the drum roll, so y'all ready. All right. So my next level was, okay, when I hit the million, then I want to see how long it's going to take me to generate cash collected projected revenue in 1 calendar year. So that's my second goal. Because see, some of y'all trying to hit $1 million just like, and you ain't even hit 200,000. You know what I'm saying? So go in stages. Then the third stage is that I want to hit cash collected $1 million. Those are my 3 phases that I have written down, and I don't mind sharing them with you. So I hope that you remember that, because I'm about to share with you these numbers. So from Branding for Abundance only, Course Craft DTA cohort number 1, remember $12,935.54. So I like receipts. I logged in a Sam cart right before this, and as you can see, it says January 1/0001. But as you can see, these little blue spikes, if you can see it, it shows up only at the last month of 2019 all the way into 2022. And what can you see if we're looking at scalable income? Some months were low, probably because I was launching, but look, it gets higher and higher and higher. So from Sam Cart alone, plus Course Craft, but I'm gonna add them all up. Course Craft was $12,009. Sam Cart, when I moved my courses over there, and this was a shopping cart, I have generated in Branding for Abundance, serving only therapists, $749,000, 749, $618.67. That's cash collected. No, 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 Brittany. This is all cash collected. I haven't even got into the projections. Put a 1 in the comment box if you like. God damn. So from December 2019, counting the one DTA cohort, that's separate. Sam Cart is separate. Then you have Kajabi. I don't run anything really through Kajabi. I ran Dope Therapist Tribe for like 3 people for 2 months. Then I ran the TSA Secret Society membership beta program for like 8 months, right? So in Kajabi, as of today, I've made 16,480 because I don't use them as a shop cart, just because I was using Sam Cart first. Okay. So you see 12,9, 749, 16,489, right? Now, this is the kicker. If I said today again, you know what? I don't want to have any more launches. Let the conference fill up. We're gonna have a good time and party out. Oh, I'm getting nervous. Put a 1 in the comment box to like calm me down, y'all. I'm getting hella nervous. So, I had said, like, if I stopped today, what would happen? When I went into our bookkeeping spreadsheet, know your numbers. The bookkeeper, based off all of these reports that I run as well, I can project that as of today until December 31st, if I didn't launch any other program, I would be expecting $365,000 and $502.36. That's not including the other amount you just saw. Y'all follow me? So let me just add it up for you again. 12,9, 749, 16, all cash collected. This is projections. Okay. So let me just put a cap on this. It also does not include mental health services, speaking engagements, collaborations, being on other people's platform, building programs, being written into 6-figure and $1 million grants as a mental health clinical psychologist. None of that is a whole nother branch of my company. That's still easily going to clear 6 figures. Okay. So everybody ready? I'm ready because shit off. So when I look at where will I be in December 31st, if I didn't do no other damn launches, okay? As of today, cash collected in Branding for Abundance hits $799 and $43.21. To me, that is first. Let's just celebrate this. Put something in the comment box, right? This is going all in and niching down really effective March 2020. Because the only thing I did before that was one DTA cohort for $12,000. Uh-oh. Ivory. Okay, y'all, he got a potty. Avery down here. I'm on live. Go with daddy. Go potty. Hurry up. No, Avery. Oh, see, motherhood. Look, that's the devil. Can you close the door? Go upstairs. Oh. This is real life. I can't make this up. All right, y'all. Hold on. Let me bring the thing back up. Okay. So as of today, I've collected $799,000 cash collected since we've been open. Plus, if we add it up, $365,502. What is my total? $1,164. Wait, 1164. Hell, I'm just gonna say that. 545. That's supposed to be period 57 cents. I count all my change. How do y'all feel right now in terms of what's possible? Okay, because what I just showed you at the beginning, and I really hope that that's all the part that you heard, is that in the beginning of me being scared, I was just trying to figure out how to serve people. And one of my best friends, and she now shares this with my clients, I share this with my clients, is I was like, she told my clients when she came to Vegas, she was like, who do you think you're hurting when you're not operating in your gift? And even me, I was like, I'm hurting me. Like I'm hurting my business. She was like, no. And she heard it from one of her mentors. She said, no, you're actually hurting the people who were placed on this earth for you to serve, whether it's as their therapist, whether it's as their coach. We are all divinely connected on purpose. Okay. And so when she said that to me for the first time, it hit home for me because I was able to sit down and reflect and say, damn, like as soon as I made up my mind and went all in, that's when I saw God show up every single time, whether it was for my health. Look at the timeline. I found out about my first surgery right before my wedding in March. And that's crazy that Avery was born in March. Sidebar. So March of 2016, March, April, May. I had my wedding in May. I went to this event. I end up having my surgery, first one in October. I ended up having the second one in January, February. I got pregnant in June. That's not on accident. I was put on bed rest. I had no choice but to focus on me. Then I started honing in on what do I want to do with my business, with my life when I get up off this couch? Well, I'm for sure about to have a wait list for therapy because that's what God destined me to do right now in this season. But I feel like he's teaching me to do more. I just don't know what it is yet. So be disciplined. And I want you to learn how to create an online course beyond what you already know how to do, because I need you to learn how to market it. I need you to learn how to do email marketing. I need you to learn how to do messaging. I need you to learn how to show up with authority. You don't know any of that outside of being a damn therapist. I need you to go all in. So I did. And then he took it up a notch during the pandemic. So let me go over to the comment box. So Brittany says it is possible. Let's see. Alondra said, ooh, mic drop. Okay, we got different ones. I'm getting emotional. I'm getting emotional too. Okay. I'm getting goosebumps. Yeah, I'm getting all of that. Okay. And truth be told, when I seen this number, I actually didn't know how to feel, because I think that it's something different of like writing it out, writing it on a check. But then when it actually shows up a lot earlier than I would have looked at it. Like I look at my numbers every month, but not the way I did it today. I got the download as I was in the car going to pick up my son from school, get Starbucks. I literally received a download and said, hey, share that PowerPoint that you did 2 years ago, but I want you to plug in your numbers. I follow instructions. And by gosh, when I added up the numbers, this is the number that I see. Come on, right? So how did I do it? Let's go back to that. Leverage my time. I learned how to serve more. I'm not getting paid for this workshop. I could have easily charged $200 for this workshop. Put a one in the comment box if you agree. I could have literally said journey from 0 to $1 million. And how many of y'all would have paid $97 to show up? Hello. Like I can easily flip this into a monetary thing, but that's not the order that I received. The order that I received is you're going to log into StreamYard, you're going to stream it to Facebook and YouTube, and you're going to let people be in excitement with you, because there is no competition, because they're going to hear the message that no matter where they came from. That's why always people are like, why are you always talking about Compton? Mind your own business. Because first of all, I'm inspiring the dang on kids in Compton. Maybe I'm inspiring their parents to get it together. Maybe I'm inspiring somebody who's from another neighborhood. Maybe I'm inspiring someone else who grew up in a single parent household. Maybe I'm inspiring someone who got divorced and feel like it's over. It's not over. If you woke up this morning, it's not over, period. So I learned how to follow instructions. If I get a download, I am not to question it. I am to put action next to it, and I just go. And to me, that's what sets me aside from people who would consider themselves as my counterparts or competitors. I'm not about to sit here and run a rat race with you. I'm about to do my own thing. And if I look a little different, like right now, hey, I'm looking all kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? My makeup ain't beat. I ain't got on nothing all fancy. I got on some tights, a damn nice little blouse, and I got on this shirt because it's a little cold down here. Well, I'm hot now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not here to impress nobody. I'm here to deliver a message like a shepherd. Okay. So I believe in giving more value. I believe in getting clinicians access to things that they would not otherwise probably even be exposed to. I want to build my ascension model in my business so smooth where therapists get excited to graduate from, I'm listening to her podcast. Oh, I'm joining whatever she got at the bottom level. All right, now I'm joining DTA if I want a private practice. Oh, she having a live event? I'm there. Oh, wait, she got this mastermind thing because it ain't over. I thought private practice was it, but it's not. Let me go ahead and jump into that program. Or maybe I give you enough ammo to go and join somebody else's program. Whatever it is, get it done, right? So I built a team. So now what? Now you can clearly see the language is still in 2021. So I'm just going to mix them in. Are you taking the same mindset that you had in 2015, in 2020, in 2021 into 2022? Matter of fact, let's make it real. Are you taking your first quarter mindset into your second quarter mindset? Because some of y'all started this year off exhausted. That don't mean you got to end the second quarter exhausted. Like, get your life, okay? Do you need to cut the cord? Meaning, stop just acting like getting my CEs is enough to build my business. Cut the damn cord of your license. That's not all you were placed on this earth to do. If that's the case, you're going to burn the hell out. Okay. I don't think nobody has been placed on this earth to just do therapy for the rest of their life. You are a dumping ground for people's business. And I'm sorry, you can go to therapy all you want. You still holding all them, like all them buckets. So get it together. Use your gifts. Okay. And add a cord. What is a cord? Add people who you inspire to be like. It's not competitive. Hang around with people that are multiple steps ahead of you. Okay. If you keep saying, well, and this was 2021. If you keep saying things like, oh, I just want to make 10K in my private practice, sis and bro, $10,000 is no longer enough if you ain't checked the price of gas and milk. $10,000 gross will not help you live abundantly. I don't care if you live in Alabama or Oklahoma. I don't care what the cost of living is in Arkansas. Okay, because my family's from Arkansas. But I'm just saying, $10,000 isn't enough. Well, it pays my bills. Well, if you have that mindset, then keep living check to check. That's not my goal for my community, period. Okay, so my abundance formula. Do you have the time to enjoy your money? If the answer is no, you're doing something wrong. Go fix it. Because if you just working and be like, oh, like I just left my job, you better find some time to self-care. Okay. Do the 80-20 rule. You should not be working 80% of the time. Your goal should be to eventually low-key start working 20% of the time and living your life 80%. You should be building your life around your business, not the other way around. Okay. Learn how to delegate stuff. Get it off your plate. Stop acting like Superwoman. That's one of the things that I had bad, and I still low-key got it from my mama and my grandma. Why? Because they ran the households. That is a mentality that I adopted. That is not healthy in a marriage. Okay? So let other people do stuff. Automate it. Buy a system. You ain't got to go hire somebody. Figure out how to run your simple practice as much as possible. Automate it, or whatever EHR you use. Eliminate it. Some of y'all are writing books that you don't even want to write no more. Throw it away, store it away, put it in the file cabinet. Why are you making yourself do stuff that you ain't even passionate about doing no more? It's going to show up. Oh, here go my book. Okay, who gives a damn? Because you ain't excited. You talking about living my best life. You don't look like you living yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, get it together. Get it together. Okay. Also, what activities do you actually need to be doing well to generate revenue? What do you do that's well? If it's private practice right now, thrive in it. If you are not making the same consistent income for 6 months straight, your business is not sustainable. I don't care if you only see 3 clients a week right now. Are those 3 clients, or can you fill in that spot and be sustainable, consistent in your business? If the answer is no, we got work to do. Don't tell me, oh, I'm profitable, sis, because I make 10K. How many of those clients are your ideal clients? How many of them are actually paying your rate? How many of those insurance panels negotiated with you and increase your rate? Oh, none. Okay. Well, 10,000 don't mean nothing, because again, hell, a house costs $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So 10 racks is gonna get you homeless in 2022. Okay, don't get the game twisted. All right. So life is meant to be lived and not deferred. We are no longer in the baby boomer world, or hell, in the 2000s even, where we have to, oh, I'm gonna save up for my 401k. I don't want to leave my job because I don't want to leave my 401k. Don't leave your job prematurely. Get your money in order. Stack up your money. Save your money. And in DTA, I teach them how to have a certain mentality when they walk into business meetings that they don't want to be in. But at the end of the day, stop deferring small versions of self-care. You ain't got to be on a computer in your bed. You don't have to be on the computer all day long. That one progress note, if it's not done in the morning, your life's going to be over. Really? Really? Like, take a break. Okay. Just because your taxes get deferred doesn't mean that your life has to. Okay. So, in all, I am winning not simply because of information, because that's what I really want y'all to hear. Some of y'all just hear, oh, she made investments here, she made investments there. I need to make an investment. What I told my students earlier is before you make an investment, ask yourself, what do you plan on getting out of it? So when I started promoting over the last 2 days, the Nail Your Niche workshop, I had to sit with myself and ask before I've been knowing about this workshop for months, right? But I did not want to offer it to my community until I knew how it was going to benefit my clients, especially the ones in my programs, so that it doesn't duplicate information. Because I've taken this workshop, I know the only thing y'all gonna be talking about in there is niche. No private practice, no numbers, no online courses. Some of y'all literally need to be hyper focused and help you out with your niche, even if that means working on your niche for your online course, whatever it is. Because he not only just you, some of y'all may be like, I already know who my niche is. Who I want to serve. If you read the page, it goes way more deeper than that, which means that you being a typical customer, you doing this. Oh, how much? You're not even reading the value. Read the value. What are you going to be able to walk away with? And I know what you're going to be able to walk away with. This is my mentor that makes $10 million a damn year. 10 million in a year, not in 5 years, in a year. So he clearly knows something that you don't know. Put a 2 in the comment box if that makes sense to you. Don't think that you know it all. Don't ever think that also one mentor is enough. I've had a mentor for manifestation with my mindset. I had a mentor about teaching me about numbers and online courses. I had a mentor about membership sites. I had a mentor about spirituality. Don't play yourself. I'm not in competition with nobody. What I'm telling you is just don't duplicate your investment. That doesn't make sense. But some of y'all know you want to launch an online course. You want to do all these things, but you don't know who you're serving. So, it's called The Compounding Effect. I'm gonna end on this. His name is Darren Hardy. He has a book called The Compounding Effect, and I relate that to the Quantum Leap. So a compound effect is receiving huge rewards from incremental steps and smart and small steps. Some of y'all are trying to leap from 0 to 1,000, and then because you get tired, because you give up or you're not motivated, you throw in the towel altogether. Tame yourself. When a client comes to you and they say, oh, I'm angry and I have anger outbursts and I hit a wall 7 days a week, are you going to guarantee them on a damn consultation that they ain't going to never hit a wall again after they do the consultation? No, that wouldn't even be realistic. You probably lose your damn license promising somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that is not no guarantee. But what do you do instead? You do a thorough intake. You break down a treatment plan and you say that if you do exactly what I tell you to do, and you implement these strategies, we're going to do it like a harm reduction model where we're going to go from 7 to 6 to 5 to 4, eventually to 0. That's what you do in therapy. Why aren't you practicing the same thing in your business? Put a 2 in the comment box if you receive that. Because some of y'all sitting here literally high preaching to your clients and you are not practicing what you preach in your business. That's facts right there. Drop the mic on that. Right? Small and smart choices means consistency plus time. Y'all, some of y'all are impatient. Stop trying to implement the microwave mentality. Well, what the hell is the microwave mentality, Dr. TK? Unlike popcorn, your business will not be built in no damn 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Okay. So stop running a sprint and run a marathon, nor will your business be built in a 1-hour YouTube workshop or masterclass. Please stop showing up to my boot camp, even if it is 3 days, saying, well, she said I was going to have a profitable private practice. That is not what my guarantee was. My guarantee was I'm going to tell you what you're missing to not have a profitable private practice. I'm going to show you how you're leaving money on the table, and that equals you not having a profitable private practice. I'm going to highlight all the stuff that you need to fix and or develop. And if you want the how, you need to join the academy, or you can just go on YouTube and figure it out on your own. That's totally up to you. Okay. So abundance formula, gratitude, end each day with gratitude. So I want all of you to do this today. Okay. I want you to end your day with gratitude. So write these down, take a snapshot, end your day with gratitude. 3 things that you are grateful for or that went right today. What you appreciate appreciates, like assets. What you neglect depreciates. That includes relationships. You want to neglect your partner all day long because you saying you sitting here building your business? Well, partners don't stand for that, and neither does money. You want to neglect not looking at your numbers and not opening up your bank account? Money will stop being deposited into your bank account, even from money that's owed to you that you probably forgot about simply because you ain't paying attention anyway, right? Who can file taxes or assets that depreciate? Can you turn on your laptop and say, hey, CPA tax lady or man, can you put this on my tax return? No, because it ain't worth nothing because you ain't been paying attention to it. Be in a state of gratitude, okay? Take 100% responsibility for your mood and your life outcome. You're responsible for the outcome. Stop blaming. If I sat here and blamed my father for being absentee, my mama for having 2 jobs, I don't know, one of my family members telling me I ain't gonna be shit, I mean, I would definitely not be here. I would probably be heavily depressed right now. I am taking full responsibility for the deck that I was, sent out for my life. And I'm going to figure out ways around it. After 18, no more excuses. You have a choice of how to perform, AKA respond when things happen in your life and in your business. You have a choice. Ain't that what you tell your clients? Well, you had a choice, sir, to, curse them out or do this, but now you lost your job. Stop preaching and you can't practice it. You are in control of you. I am not lucky. Everyone who's breathing, we all lucky. We woke up, right? The only difference is that when I saw an opportunity come up, I took full advantage of it. Okay. Preparation, write down what you want. You can take a snapshot of this too. All right. Preparation, write down what you want for personal growth. You don't know everything. Just because you have a degree, don't even mean that you know everything in psychology. Hell, they just came out with another DSM-5. 20, you know what I'm saying? Like another one is going to keep coming out. Why? Because our culture is changing. Check your attitude. Your degree will not quantum leap you. That is not enough to go to one to many. Okay. Opportunity. Keep your eyes and your ears wide open. I'm not telling you to not say no to certain opportunities, but that is one thing that I learned how to do in 2020. Certain things will come up. If it was not aligned with Mental Health Awareness Month, dealing with COVID, or therapists, I actually said no to every single opportunity that did not serve therapists outside of Mental Health Awareness Month. Period. Okay. Action. Lucky things might happen, but what do you do with it? Let's just say you stumble across an ideal client that just got popped up on your doorstep. Well, what do you do with him or her or them? Do you take care of them or do you not have a system to catch them? Okay. So because you are not responsible for your business, you will become responsible for the outcome. Let me say that again. Because you may choose not to be responsible for the business, like how to grow, it's a side hustle. I ain't worried about it. She talking about we need a business plan, reach, automate, niche, delegate. We don't need all that, sis. We already making 5, 10K full time in our private practice. Okay, sis. Well, when DTA, we're going to be skating right past your ass. And I'm not saying you need DTA to have a profitable business. That is not what I'm saying. But DTA, you know what I'm saying. We just learn things a little different. Okay, because we're not just even focusing on a private practice in that program with the mindset that they're learning as they build their business, and they know that. Okay, so success is not doing, please write this down, Lord have mercy. Success is not doing 5,000 things really well. Success is doing half a dozen things really well 5,000 times. Success is not doing 5,000 things really well. Success is doing half a dozen things, or hell, for some of you, 1 or 2, right? Really well 5,000 times. Think about your internship hours. They didn't just say go get licensed. They made you go get 3,000. And you may be like, oh man, the slave ship. But what did that do? Now some of y'all are clinical supervisors. Now you appreciate the time it took for you to get licensed because you know you had growth to do. That was by Jim Rohn. So how do you do a scorecard on your abundance? Select an area that you want to be successful in. For me, I chose scaling my business over time. Scaling is not an overnight success. I'm still in the process of it, the beginning phase of scaling. Okay. Where am I at now? Check yourself. Check where you are. Where do you want to be? What's the missing gap? Who are you missing or what are you missing? In order for you to change, you first got to be aware that a change needs to happen. That's motivational interviewing right there. Track what you want to change. If you want to track your money, I promise you, make an Excel sheet or get a sheet of paper out or get a journal, put it in one place though. Every single day, or at least Monday through Friday, go and check all of your accounts. You will start to see a magical thing happen because you're going to start checking subscriptions that need to be canceled, software that you don't need no more because you changed your mind again in your business. I've been there. I just looked at my subscriptions today and was like, nope, not taking this into the third quarter. Cancel that. I don't want to make that payment again. Right. But you're not aware because you don't pay attention. Track what you want to change. Like money increases. So like money will increase over time when you track it. And then in terms of scaling, the only way you're going to scale your business first is if you know where your time is going, so that then you can delegate to leverage your time to hire someone. The difference with successful people is that successful people are willing to do what unsuccessful people are not. Okay. You want to keep taking these remedial ass classes, workshops for stuff you already know, just to say that, I took another workshop today. I went to a evergreen webinar today. Okay, great. Somebody may say, oh, she already has a boot camp for DTA. I don't need to go anymore. Or again, well, did you implement everything I said? Did you see results in your business, or do you have the same results? Because if you got the same results, something that you're doing ain't working. It's called insanity. And I'm not calling you insane, but I'm just like really making a candid statement. A lot of people say I have all of these strategies, but if your bank account doesn't back it up, you're not implementing something, period. Okay. So people who want to be successful, implement Grammarly, learn how to write differently than what you usually write, right? Get coaching. Okay. Know your numbers. Do a money log for 30 days. I guarantee you're going to see something change. Do a client referral log, DTA. You should be doing this anyway in that little Excel sheet. Client growth log. What's the average of clients that you keep at a time? Because that's how you predict your income for a year. You can't improve something unless you track it. So total, I decided to go all in 2020, and here I am. That was my very first little family portrait. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how did you all like this free pop-up workshop? Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10. Now there's a link and some information in terms of what's next. So the Nail Your Niche that will be facilitated by one of my coaches, it starts tomorrow. As of tonight at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because it's 7:22 here, the class will go up in triple price. So it'll go to $297. I'm not saying all of y'all may need it right now, but some of y'all know y'all need it and y'all plan. So just go to drtk.com/links and go sign up. And yes, it's an affiliate link. Okay. I am collaborating with him, and I am the only therapist right now that's collaborating with him. So we better show up and show all the way to hell out. Like, he know my crew. Okay. He be on my page. All right. If you're interested in DTA, we're going to be hosting another boot camp in May. All of these links are on that website. Okay. It's the same one on Instagram. I'm having a conference in August. Those tickets will go on sale to the public as of Monday. Okay. If you want to stay connected, just simply reach out to me at Dr. TK Psych. If you're interested in, well, dang, I want to learn how to launch and stuff. When is that mastermind going to be opening up again? The program she hosts for 10 months for clinicians. We do applications starting in the fall, and you will know what the requirements are, because we don't even want you to apply if you don't meet the requirements. Okay. So let me go to the chat box. So I see 10s. Thank you. 20. Okay. Let's see. So Alondra manifested goals, excited for the day you announce your baby girl. Ava is on her way. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Come on now, Ava. She's going to be walking across the stage with me or something. Excited to witness the journey. Thank you for your generosity and transparency. That's all I know. Let's see. Oh, the client growth log. Is that available in DTA? So when you look at the client growth log, what you want to do, some of it is in DTA in terms of you tracking your numbers, but in general, this is for anybody, is you should be looking at your monthly reports of how many clients you serve per month to see where your dips are. Because your dips, according to that boot camp, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to come to the boot camp. We start May 7th on a Saturday, and then we're going to go into the week on Monday and Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, in the evening. So what you want to start doing is, I may hypothesize that your practice dips in terms of clients showing up in the summer months, like June, September, when people go back to school, and then November and December. But you may have a different avatar. That was just my example. You may notice looking at your reports that your numbers dip in January and in June, and that's it. But because you know your numbers dip, that means that you should be able to look at, okay, also, and this isn't DTA with that calculator, you do have to just put it on a spreadsheet. How many clients do you have coming in per insurance? how many cash. And with insurances, you need to learn how to do averages. My calculator don't do all that. But if you just follow instructions and look at your caseload, you should be able, like I was able to predict, like if I got 5 clients from MHN, they pay this. If I got 3 clients from Blue Shield, they pay this, and the rest are private pay. On average, this is how much money I generate from these clients coming each week on insurance panels, the average. Because I always rather shoot lower and be moderate than shoot high and then I overshoot my projected revenue and then I'm short, if that makes sense. Put a 1 in the comment box if that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, so I can't believe this. I'm struggling this much with niche. It is okay. And you joined the class, Brittany. So all I gotta say is be ready to take hella action in July when we meet in New York, because he over delivers. He does hot seats too. It's gonna be a packed house, but I went back and watched the replay like multiple times. It was hours. So it is not no 1 hour. Like you're gonna be like, oh my God. Okay. So glad for the valuable information. DTA comes first. So let me just explain my ascension model. Okay. The ascension model gets smaller as you go up because it's lesser amount of students at the top. So I have podcasts, YouTube, things like this, right? For free content. And then I have CE workshops that will be announced sometime in the next week or 2. I do have a workshop coming up in May. I'm not doing Facebook ads or anything like that. If you know, then you know. Like I'll send out an email, a text, and post it on my page, and that's it. Like whoever's in my organic feed, y'all will find out about it and share it with therapist friends. So we have CE workshops really to expose therapists to what they can learn about business. And Brittany, the first one is going to be on vision and niche marketing. So if you know your niche by the time that you show up to that CE workshop, if you're coming, it's just going to get easier and easier is what I'm saying. Okay. So from the CE workshops, you have the Dope Therapist Academy. We can serve as many students as we want in those programs because it's a group program, but we personalize it based on you being able to submit questions, ask questions live, ask questions in the comment box, do breakout sessions. Today, we had a little bit more of a general discussion about products and what do they want to do in terms of outside of private practice. So that was fun too. But typically we have like a 15-minute breakout session and then we come back together and apply everything that they learn. So it's very integrated. So if you want to learn more about DTA, I would highly encourage you to sign up for that Prosperous Private Practice Bootcamp. And it'll be available for replay for like 7 days because it'll be on Zoom this time, not in Facebook. So that'll be exciting. Then you have any live events that I have right after DTA, not including the conference. The conference, any therapist can come to. You don't have to be in private practice to come there. You can be a postgraduate student to come to the conference. But what I'm talking about is the live events like the one we did in Vegas and the one we're doing in New York. Those are introducing clinicians to what does scaling mean and what can it look like through email marketing and some of the topics that really a lot of therapists never learned about ever. And then we teach them like, how can you launch like something with like email marketing and get in front of people and answering their questions for 2 days live. And from there, because they get a taste of it, then those students or whomever applies and gets accepted, they can go into the mastermind. The mastermind is DTA is a 6-week format, but they can keep coming back over and over again for now. The ECM program, Elite Coaching, that program is for 10 months, January to October. So that's why I said it's not opening up into the fall. Okay. So, all right. So yeah. So Brittany, this is extremely valuable. And I would have never considered I could make an impact like that. Come on. Right. All right, y'all. So go over to, let me just put it right here. Over to drtk.com/links. Here, I'll put it right here. drtk.com/, look at my little scrolling thing. That's the boot camp. But if you go to the same link, all of the stuff is there. I was able to get a hold of his niche guide, which is very helpful for you just to see how a lot of his clients, including myself, have stepped outside the box offering services because nothing is abnormal to him, right? And one thing that I told my community in closing that I would do, because some people may say, well, why again are you collaborating with other people? Doesn't that take away, like, is that competition with your mastermind? No, because what I talk to my mastermind students about, some of them who are doing specifically digital products, is I said, I can sit here and personalize and give all of y'all or create an individualized like breakdown, because he has other programs that he's launching in the summer. And I'll tell you all about that later. Okay. But if you don't know your niche, it doesn't matter. Like that program ain't gonna make sense anyway. So I told them, like, what would our sessions look like on another level if you can get the blueprint to different launch executions, but then as a bonus, you get me coaching you through that execution. Okay. Because we have a smaller community. So that's one of the bonuses that I can give my clients. Okay. So, for those of you who want to join the mastermind next year, this is what I'll tell you. And I'll start talking about it more as we hit the summer, is when I offer things like this, it can serve for private practice and or scalability. But I'm letting you know right now, if you want to apply for the mastermind, you need to know your niche. Are there any mastermind students on here? On a scale of 1 to 10, how important it is, I don't know if they're on here though, because it's late. How important is it that you understand your niche? DTA should know this too. But ECM students, some of them are on here earlier. It is vitally important, because if you don't know your niche, you're going to be wasting your time. Okay. Because you're just going to be offering stuff and you don't know what to do. Let's see. Oh yeah. So I have a mastermind event in New York. That is a pop-up mastermind. So that's the whole email marketing stuff. So I see, Amber is in here 100%. Okay. All right. If we're in DTA, do you recommend we also do the Nail Your Niche workshop? So it depends. So Brittany is in DTA. She's been in DTA for months, right? But still like less than like 2 years or a year and a half, right? So what I would say is, if you're having a hard time not just understanding your avatar, but messaging to your avatar, because DTA, we focus on messaging if you come in and ask the questions, but his whole thing is wholeheartedly just how to pick your niche and talk to them. Very, very specific, like one treatment goal, right? DTA is like your whole business in a box. So this is what I would recommend. If you know you're going to go beyond private practice, the investment is worth it, because you can always go back once you're ready to launch a digital product. If you join the mastermind, you can always go back and fine tune your niche, be clear, and then I can coach you with all the tools that we have in the mastermind, right? And then if you're part of our community, or if not, I'll let you all know when he launches his How to Be a Digital Course Creator program. But again, I'm letting you know, if you don't know your niche, it's going to be really difficult for you to be successful in any online course program if you don't take out the time to learn your niche. So DTA does have a whole section on reach. Most of our students understand who their ideal client is, but what I do find, I'm going to be quite frank, the clients who speak up that I know of who have a difficult time, honestly, it starts with them not wanting to make a decision of who their ideal client is. They just are, I'm going to say, like me, I was stubborn. I just didn't want to choose because I thought I would be missing something. And you saw when I choose what happened. Okay. Then I don't want you to take it if it's just another online course. But I think if you know within like the next 6 to 8 months that you're going to need that for other things outside of private practice, I really think that it's helpful because he only offers it once a year. So it's not like DTA where he's going to do it again next month, 6 months from now. No. He's very strategic. He's a logical person. That's why I had him as one of my coaches. Very, very in line and order. And us Virgos, we know what I mean by this, like order, right? So because he's very strategic, he only launches all of these things that I'm going to start exposing you all to that I think will be a complement to my programs once a year. And it took me 3 years to apply to be part of his partnership. Yeah, you got to apply. Okay. So I can't just show up and be like, oh, I want to partner with you. No, it's not that easy. You know, and also I had hella wins in his program, meaning I am a walking testimony for you. So called out, baby steps. Come on, Virgo. All right. Any other questions? Damn, we've been on here an hour and 37 minutes. Well, it's cool. Y'all hung with me. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, fear of leaving people you also work with well. Just because you work with them well does not mean that you're meant to work with them in this season. I do hellified therapy. I know I'm a dope ass therapist. Feel me? excuse my language. I know I'm dope. I know I work with kids, hands down, the best, you know what I'm saying, in my area. Okay. However, that is not in my season right now. But could I help therapists leverage their time so that they can be there for their kids? It's just serving the same clients in a different way. Reframe. Am I a dope clinical supervisor? Yes. But can I equip therapists to open up group practices and then they be a clinical supervisor? Yes. Okay. Y'all see how I changed that? Same mission, different path. Period. So stop thinking small minded. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap up because Avery probably like, where my mama? I done ran in here and told her I got a potty. All right, y'all. So show some love. Share the conference. Tell people to get on the list for the tickets. If you're in our community, you already know what went down today. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. So whatever I gave you today expires on Sunday. Okay. Love y'all. Have an abundant evening. And some of y'all, I see y'all indirectly with your comments in the nail your niche. Because yes, I will be watching the replay yet again. Because I always love to learn to implement something that maybe I didn't hear the first time or the second time or the third time. Because sometimes, depending on your season, you hear things very differently. All right. So love y'all. Have a great night. Bye.